All right, let me play. This will cheer you up.
Hey, look
Nicolas
who it is.
Cage explains his I rarely read an entire article on this show, but this one I think we'll read the whole thing.
Okay.
Because this is a good fucking. I'm not going to read the whole thing.
You
in one
just
go,
brought
but-
Nicolas Cage on the show.
Nicolas, this is if you fucking weren't convinced by our episode that Nicolas Cage is awesome, listen to this. The characters Nicolas Cage has played throughout his decades-long career are as wild as his actual life. In an interview with New York Times Magazine that published online Wednesday, the Oscar-winning actor touched on an assortment of topics from the films he hated, like Peggy Sue Got Married, to encouraging a young friend by the name of Johnny Depp to go to his first audition. But it was some of his past extravagant purchases and his search for historical artifacts that really stood out in the 5,500-word interview. The Leaving Las Vegas star made headlines a few years ago when it was revealed that not only had he shelled out 6 figures for a real dinosaur skull, but he had to return it for legal purposes.
I've heard about this in the story, actually.
So here's Nicolas Cage. The dinosaur skull was an unfortunate thing because I did spend $276,000 on that.
Damn.
He told the magazine's David Marchese. I bought it at a legitimate auction and found out it was abducted from Mongolia illegally, and then I had to give it back. Of course, it should be awarded back to its country of origin, but who knew? Plus, I never got my money back, so that stank.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Yeah, spent $250,000 to buy a fucking dinosaur skull, only to have to give it back for $0. How you like
Dude, those
that?
Mongolians fucking scam Nicolas Cage, dude.
All right, but here's my favorite part of the interview. The incident sparked a new interest in the 55-year-old actor, a quest for the Holy Grail.
Okay.
That's not a metaphor or anything. He actually searched for the Holy Grail.
Nice.
I started following mythology, and I was finding properties that aligned with that. It was almost like national treasure, he said. It's like when you build a library. You read a book, and in it there's a reference to another book, and you buy that book, and then you attach the reference. For me, it was about where was the Grail? Is it at Glastonbury? Does it exist? He continued, yeah, if you go to Glastonbury and go to the Chalice Well, there's a spring that does taste like blood. I guess it's really because there's a lot of iron in the water, but legend had it that in that place was a Grail chalice, or 2 cruets rather, one of blood and one of sweat. But that led to there being talk that people had come to Rhode Island and they were looking for something as well. It may have been the literal search for a while, but Cage came to a conclusion after trekking through England. What I ultimately found is, what is the Grail but the earth itself?
Oh, shit.
It's this guy,
Hashtag deep.
the Grail is the earth.
I love
Wow.
I want there to be a fucking movie based on Nicolas Cage's search
Oh, yeah.
for the fucking Holy Grail.
If he's smart, he's paid somebody to start writing
like,
it
why is
immediately.
that not a movie? That should just make that National Treasure 3.
I came all this way just to
Don't
find
even
it.
don't even make him the character.
It has to be ultra meta, though, dude. Yeah, it has to be Nicolas Cage. It
The
has to
search
be like,
for the Grail was a search for myself, and the Grail itself was the Earth.
there's no screenplay. It's
Yes.
just, the crew basically wakes up every morning. Nicolas Cage tells them what to do. It's like, okay, we're going to go here now.
I want to see him, like, grilling, stuffy English officials and shit.
You don't know shit! It's real! And I'm gonna fucking find it!
You know? Heartbreak.
So
Maybe his wife leaves him halfway through
Paul,
it.
have you seen Peggy Sue Got Married? I can't remember.
I've seen it very long time ago, but yes, I've seen it.
So Cage is not like that movie.
Really?
He said, yeah, I didn't want to make that movie. I must have said no 5 or 6 times. I said, Uncle, why do you want to make this movie at all? He said, just come to rehearsal. I said, look, I'll do it if you let me go really far out with the character. How far out? I want to talk like Pokey from the Gumby Show. So I went into rehearsal, and everybody was rolling their eyes because I was talking like that, and my co-star, Kathleen Turner, was very upset because she wanted me to be Al, my character from Birdie, and instead she got Jerry Lewis on Psychedelia. It did not go over well. In fact, Ray Stark from TriStar flew up to fire me, and thankfully Uncle went to bat and said, young Nicky's doing this. But needless to say, I never worked for them again after that. And I guess Kathleen Turner fucking shit-talked Nicolas Cage in a 2018 profile where she called him an asshole.
Oh, well, la-dee frickin' who cares? Fuck you, Kathleen Turner.
Yeah, when are you as good as Nicolas Cage?
Not even close.
Didn't think so. Get
Never
the fuck
were,
lost.
by the way.
But he was a dick.
But he was mean. And then he goes on to say how he got Johnny Depp into acting. So I guess that's like kind of a mixed bag.
Kind of a, yeah, look.
I love him.
Look, if it wasn't for me, Johnny Depp would be nothing.